Hello students. So today we will be going to discuss about the other topics present in your book. Okay. So previously we have discussed till the different components, okay, or the raw materials required for photosynthesis. Okay. So today we will be going to discuss about photosynthesis. Okay. So what is photosynthesis? It is a very common process. Okay. And it is the most important process for life to survive in earth. Okay. So যদি photosynthesis না থাকে তেতিয়াহলে কি হ'ব ওয়ার্ল্ডত মানে আৰ্থত লাইফ থকাটো মানে যেনে এনিমেলছ আৰু প্লান্টস থকাটো সম্ভৱ নহ'ব ঠিক আছে so this is photosynthesis so what actually photosynthesis is so photosynthesis is the process okay by which plant make their food and what they use we have already learned carbon dioxide and water and how where photosynthesis occur in the leaf and what is present in the leaf chlorophyll okay and then they also require sunlight okay so if you are asked to define photosynthesis remember what is photosynthesis the answer key photosynthesis is the process of making food by plants okay so you can add by plants that is photosynthesis is the process of making food by plants using carbon dioxide and water in presence of chlorophyll and sunlight okay so for photosynthesis to occur কি লাগিব লাগিব carbon dioxide লাগিব water লাগিব আৰু লগতে কি লাগিব plantor livot chlorophyll থাকিব লাগিব আৰু লগতে sunlight is required ঠিক আছে so this photosynthesis can be represented in terms of a chemical equation ঠিক আছে so short form যদি তোমাক photosynthesis to কয় যে define what is photosynthesis so you can write it in this way that is carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll gives carbohydrates plus oxygen so আমি কি কৰিছো plants make their food ঠিক আছে plants make their food but food আমি আগতে পাইছো না যে food contains nutrients and we have learned what are the types of nutrients carbohydrates fats proteins minerals vitamins okay so out of that in generally in during the process of photosynthesis carbohydrates is produced okay so these are the chemical formula that is CO2 is of carbon dioxide H2 is of water C6H12O6 this is the formula of glucose which is a carbohydrate okay and O2 means oxygen okay so always remember this equation it is one of the basic equation and it is needed until you keep on studying science okay so তুমি যেতিয়ালৈকে science পঢ়িবা তো তেতিয়ালৈকে photosynthesis reaction to লাগি থাকিব so learn about photosynthesis with utmost attention okay so this is one topic that you are required to know till you study science okay so next we are saying that in process of photosynthesis is a process of carbohydrates ঠিক আছে so if someone asks you how you know that carbohydrates is produced protein to produce hobo pare fats to produce hobo pare to ami keneke prove kori asu je carbohydrates produce hoise so what we can reply that the leaves of the plant after photosynthesis starch is produced okay starch mane leaves plants or jetu leaves thake ei leafot ki thake starch thake okay starch in the leaf okay আৰু এই starchটো কি carbohydrates পৰা হয় বা starch is a type of carbohydrate okay so if starch are present in the leaves it means that carbohydrates is produced by the plant okay so how carbohydrates can be produced only one process can produce carbohydrate that is photosynthesis ঠিক আছে so we can prove that since starch is present in the leaves so the food that plants produce is carbohydrates okay so one activity is given in your book that is activity 1.1 okay so before that in your book it is given that in the yellow box you can see does photosynthesis occur in leaves which are colored other than green so কিছুমান plant আছে যাৰ plantor leaves or color green নহয় red color থাকে brown থাকে yellow থাকে so where does photosynthesis occur in those plants so তাতেও লিভতে হ'ব ঠিক আছে so in those plant also photosynthesis will occur in their leaves because there are very little amount of chlorophyll present in those leaves also. Okay, so even though the leaves are colored red or yellow, but still so some amount of chlorophyll pigment will be present on those plant also. So photosynthesis on those plant will also occur in their leaves. Yes, sir. Next we will be looking at activity 1.1. Okay, so now let's look on activity 1.1. So in this activity what it is given that first we have to take two plant. Okay, so plant A and plant B. Okay, so first plant A is kept in sunlight and B is kept in dark for 3 to 4 days. Okay, so আমি এটা প্ল্যান লৈছো A, এটা প্ল্যান লৈছো B. So plant A আমি সানলাইটত থৈ দিছো, plant B in a dark room for 3 to 4 days. Clear? So what we do after 3 to 4 days, we use iodine solution. Okay, so what we use iodine solution. So why iodine solution is used? Iodine solution is used to confirm the presence of starch. Okay, so যদি iodine solution আমি ইউজ কৰো আৰু যিকোনো বস্তু এটাত যদি starch আছে তেতিয়াহলে আমি কি দেখো ব্লু ব্ল্যাক কালাৰ ঠিক আছে আৰু যদি তাত starch নাই আমি ব্লু ব্ল্যাক কালাৰ নেদেখো clear so when we use iodine solution with an object having starch then we will get always blue black color so now what happens in this activity we give iodine solution to the leaves of A and to the leaves of B so in plant A what we will see a blue black color will appear on the leaves of plant A okay but on the leaves of plant B no blue black color will appear clear so from this we can say that in plant A which is kept in sunlight starch is produced means starch is a type of carbohydrate so we can also say that carbohydrate is produced that means we can say that in plant A which is kept in sunlight starch is present on the leaves of the plant okay but in plant B which is kept in darkness no starch is produced since we do not get any blue black color but tarjot ami ki kori asu ei je to darkness or ase plant B hey plant B to ami aro sunlight ot dilu okay so we are bringing plant B from darkness to sunlight okay so we will keep it again for 3 to 4 days on sunlight now what we will see after that if we use again iodine solution sunlight ot hoar pisot aru ami iodine solution dilu leaves ot so jetia ki dikhim now the leaves of plant B we will also change the color into blue black ঠিক আছে so একবার যেটা B to আগতে darkness ৰ আছে তেতিয়া iodine solution দিলো blue black color পোৱা নাই কিন্তু এবাৰ যেটা plant B to sunlight ত লৈ গলে তাত iodine solution দিলো আমি কি পালো blue black color পালো ঠিক আছে so this activity confirms that in presence of sunlight the plant form carbohydrate okay and thus carbohydrate is present in the leaves of the plant as starch okay so plant or leaves of starch ase karone ami blue black color paiso clear so next the topic is why we need photosynthesis and photosynthesis ki hore why the process of photosynthesis is so important or if photosynthesis will not take place so what will happen okay so now we look on this topic so in your book it is given that what would happen in absence of photosynthesis okay so the same question can be asked you in the exam in a different way that why photosynthesis is important so what will be the answer so there are only 3 points given in your book so these 3 points only you can write in your exam for both this question okay so why photosynthesis is important if this is us then what will write photosynthesis is important because if photosynthesis will not take place then there would be no plants yes because plants make their food from the process of photosynthesis if photosynthesis will not take place then plants will not get their food so all plants will die okay so there would be no plants if there is no photosynthesis again if there is no plants then what will happen all animals they depend on plants for their food. Okay, so if they are herbivorous animal, that is the animals who eat other plants, then they will not get food. And carnivorous animal, they eat other animals. So if herbivorous animal will not exist, then carnivorous animals will also not exist. Okay, so if there will be no photosynthesis, there will be no plants. If there will be no plants, then animals will not get their food. So animals will also die. Okay, so animals also cannot survive. Okay, again number 3. So what we see that in photosynthesis, from the process of photosynthesis, we get oxygen and food, that is carbohydrate. So the oxygen that we breathe, that is released by plants during the process of photosynthesis. So if there will be no photosynthesis, then oxygen will not be released to the atmosphere. Okay, so these are the 3 points why photosynthesis is necessary. Okay, so now let us look at activity 1.2. So this activity 1.2. Okay, so this activity is done to prove that sunlight is necessary for the process of photosynthesis. Okay, so we will do this activity to prove that sunlight is very important for the process of photosynthesis. So 2 methods are given in this process. The first one is method A. Okay, this is method A. So what we need some twigs. Twigs means Nalbari bharat ki thani boli koi, gosor thani. Okay, sir. So we need some twigs of hydrilla. So what is hydrilla? Hydrilla is a plant which generally grows on water. Okay, so hydrilla is an aquatic plant. Okay, we need a test tube, a beaker, and this is a funnel. Okay, a test tube lagibo, a funnel lagibo, water funnel. Funnel or something like this. Generally it is used to pour some liquid. Okay, and call the hot funnel too. Okay, so about lampot kerosene boroba, but in about on corridor a funnel to lagi. Okay, so this is a funnel. Okay, so we need a funnel, we need a beaker. What we need? We are writing here. What we need? We need a funnel. Okay, we need beaker. This is FU. Okay, FUNNEL. Beaker. We need test tube. Okay. Test tube and twigs of hydrilla plant. So why we are using aquatic plant? So that it can survive in water. Okay. So now what we are doing? We are putting the beaker first, then we are putting the twigs of aquatic plant, and we are covering it with funnel. Okay. So the funnel have this shape. This is the shape of funnel. Okay. This is funnel. This is funnel. So in this portion we are covering it with a test tube, which is filled with water. Okay, so this is the test tube and it is filled up to here with water. Okay, so what we do, first we keep this whole thing in sunlight. Okay, and we observe it, and later on we keep the whole thing in dark. Okay, in a dark room, and again we observe it. So what we can observe, we can see that in both cases we will see that some oxygen bubble. Okay, so oxygen bubble will be coming out from this funnel from the plants. Okay, so because the plants will be the process of photosynthesis will be going on in the plants. So in the process of photosynthesis, oxygen will be generated. Okay, and this oxygen will come out in the form of bubble. Okay, so it will come to the top side of the test tube. Okay, so here oxygen will get stored. Okay, so in both this process we will see that oxygen bubbles are coming out. So what we have to see, আমি কি চাম যে কোনটো প্ৰচেছত মানে যেতিয়া এই গোটেই সেটআপটো সানলাইটত থৈছিল তেতিয়া বেছি অক্সিজেনৰ বাবল ফৰ্ম হৈছিল নে ডাৰ্কনেছত থাউতে অক্সিজেনৰ বাবল বেছি ফৰ্ম হৈছিল. We will be noticing that. Okay, so what we will find out that oxygen bubbles are more when it is kept in sunlight. Okay, যেতিয়া লাইটত থাকিব অক্সিজেন বেছিকৈ প্ৰডিউস হয়. So what does it mean? If oxygen is more, that means photosynthesis is going on more speedily when whole process is kept in sunlight. তাৰমানে যেতিয়া ছানলাইটত থাকে তেতিয়াহ'লে অক্সিজেন বেছিকৈ প্ৰডিউচ হয় আৰু অক্সিজেন বেছিকৈ প্ৰডিউচ হোৱা মানে কি ছানলাইটত ফটোচিনথেচিছটো বেছি ভালকৈ হৈ আছে অ'কে চ' ফ্ৰম মেথড এ we can in this way we can prove that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis okay so now we'll be going to look at method B okay so in method B what it is going to us that is say that first we have to take a plant okay so plant which are having bigger leaves okay bigger leaves so we have to take a plant in a pot having bigger leaves okay and first we have to de-starch it okay what do you have to do de-starch okay de-starch the leaves of the plant so what is de-starching so it is given in your book in page number A4 okay so what is de-starching that is we have to remove the starch from the leaves okay so how we can de-starch it the leaves we can how we can de-starch it by keeping the plant for 3-4 days in complete darkness we can de-starch the leaf or we can simply cover the leaves with aluminum foil or black colored paper okay so that sunlight will not fall on it and the leaves will not form carbohydrates okay so it will not form carbohydrate then starch will not be present on the leaves okay so de-starching meaning the meaning of de-starching is that to remove the starch from the leaves okay so this can be done by avoiding the sunlight okay so we will not allow sunlight to fall on the leaves okay so by this process we can de-starch it so we will de-starch the whole plant first okay so then what we will do we will cover one leaf and one portion of the leaf okay so this is the shaded region okay so this portion is covered with a black colored paper okay so when we cover it what will happen then sunlight will fall on each of the leaves and all part of this leaf except the leaf the portion of the leaf that is covered with a black paper মানে যিখিনি লিফটোৰ যিখিনি পোৰ্শন আমি ব্ল্যাক কালাৰ পেপাৰে কভাৰ কৰি আছো তাৰ বাহিৰে যিমানখিনি এৰিয়া আছে গোটেইখিনি সানলাইট পৰিব অকল যিখিনি আমি কভাৰ কৰি থৈছো সেইখিনি এৰিয়া সানলাইট নপৰে okay so this we have to do okay after that we will keep the leaf in outside okay so that sunlight falls on all portion of the leaf except the portion that is covered by the black paper okay so after some time what we will do we will plug this leaf okay we will cut the leaf here we will plug the leaf now we will do we will take boiling alcohol so alcohol what is alcohol alcohol is a chemical substance okay so we will take alcohol and we will boil the leaves we will boil the alcohol first okay so once alcohol starts boiling what we will do we will take the alcohol in the test tube and we will put the leaf this leaf on the alcohol so once we put the leaf on boiling alcohol what we can see that the chlorophyll which was present on the leaf it will come out of the leaf and it will go into the solution মানে যেটো chlorophyll আছে লিভার এই লিভার পৰা chlorophyll টো ওলাই alcoholত গুছি যায় ঠিক আছে so alcoholত গুছি গলে আমি কি লিখিম যে সলিউশনটোৰ কালাৰটো অলপ গ্ৰীন গ্ৰীন হৈ যাব ঠিক আছে so তাৰ পিছত আমি কি কৰিম লিফটো তাৰ পৰা ওলাই দিম we take out the leaf from the test tube okay and we will put it okay so and after that we will put iodine solution with a dropper so with a dropper we will put iodine solution okay so when we put iodine solution in every part of the leaf what we will see that the portion okay in this leaf the portion which was colored by black colored paper okay this portion was covered by black paper okay so except this portion all the other area of the leaf will turn blue black in color okay মানে আমি যিখিনি লিভৰ যিখিনি পাৰ্ট আমি ব্লু ব্ল্যাক লিভৰ যিখিনি পাৰ্ট আমি ব্ল্যাক কালাৰ পেপাৰে কভাৰ কৰি থৈ দিছিলো সেইখিনিৰ বাহিৰে গোটেই লিভটো কি হৈ যাব ব্লু ব্ল্যাক কালাৰ হৈ যাব যেতিয়া আমি আয়োডিন সলিউশন দিম and why it is so because the portion which was covered by black colored paper it does not get sunlight so on that portion of the leaf photosynthesis will not occur so if in that portion of the leaf photosynthesis will not occur so in that portion of the leaf there will be no starch present but the other portion of the leaf which is not covered by black colored paper it will get sunlight so in the other portion of the leaf photosynthesis will take place and photosynthesis হৈ গলে কি হ'ব তাত starch থাকিব so when starch will be present so when we put iodine so the remaining portion of the leaf which was not covered will turn blue black in color okay so this proves that sunlight is required for photosynthesis to occur. So by these two activities, that on method A and from method B, we can prove that sunlight is required for the process of photosynthesis. Okay. So next, in the next class, we will be looking at activity 1.3. Okay. So after activity 1.3, we will be looking at some 2 or 3 other modes of nutrition, and after that, your this chapter is over. Okay. So then we will be discussing the question answer. Okay. Thank you.